All right, guys, I got an interesting video for you. I'm doing a little troubleshooting on my new to me Comet. Lots of things are going on with the MPU. You can kind of see some corrosion damage. I have resocketed a few things. I'm not worried about the battery yet. Over here, solenoid drives have some issues. I fixed a few of them already. Like I said, socketed a few things, but right now I'm looking into the sound. So you got your speech board, your little amplifier section, and your speaker out right there. So this thing has zero sound, and I'll just kind of show you right now. We're cycling through the audio test, and as you can tell, we got nothing. So what I've done, got the oscilloscope out here and pulled out the schematics, and originally just started probing around to find some signals. So what I did is I started looking here. This is U48. As you can see, the speech comes in from the speech board, goes to the 6821, PIA, feeds data over to the 1408, and then pushes it out through this little transistor, which I believe is just a little amplifier. Comes out here, it goes to volume control, comes back in, it goes through the amplifier section. I had nothing up here coming out of U48. It's extremely corroded. So, whoops, right above there, U48. And this guy, by the way, is super hot. So I know that there's a lot of issues. So what I did was I kind of broke this into several sections. You have your speech, you've got your sound, and then obviously the amplifier, the analog section. Once I didn't have anything on the oscilloscope, what I did is I took my radio, took a headphone adapter. You can kind of see this is kind of janky, but they're separated. I've got the black is on the ground side, the green is on the left end. I cut the end off and stripped it. Then connected the green to my multimeter probe, which I have really sharp points for fine troubleshooting. And I'm going to inject that. I already did this, but I kind of wanted to show you. So I tried to inject it up here, U48. And there's obviously some corrosion, because what should happen is that pin 4, U48, audio should come in and come out of this transistor, come down through here, out to the volume control, back in through the volume inside the cabinet, the volume, potentiometer, and then out to this amplifier. So what I'm doing is I'm checking from here over to make sure that's good by injecting the signal from the radio to pin 1 of 16. So here's pin 1 of 16. Obviously, I've already done this. As soon as I go in there, we should hear speakers. So what that tells me is that this section is good. I think this is a pretty cool way to do it. And going down here, both speakers are working. It should be louder. So I think there's still some issues, but that's full volume. Coming out of a radio, I've done this before, it should be a lot higher, but it's not. So still a lot more to do. I think what I'm going to do for starters, order up that U48. I'm going to resocket the sound ROM. I'm going to try to burn a new sound ROM, resocket that. This guy's already been resocketed and replaced. I'm going to replace all these ICs down here and reflow. There's still a lot of corrosion, as you can see. This was essentially a barn find super cheap pin, but we're going to get her up and running. Just figured I'd show you my little unique way of troubleshooting sound.